Hey guys, so if you're anything like me, you can find inspiration anywhere. I found inspiration on the subway with the cool guy in pink socks. Maybe it's, I don't know, a commercial. Maybe it's a Porsche ad. Not sure. Gabriel's here with us today. Hi, Gabe.
Hi.
So, Gabriel, what's your title at Tibi?
I am the manager of our strategic partnerships and our new media projects.
Okay, so we have a lot of those going on. This is a very busy year for us, and I just wanted to talk about, you look amazing every day.
Thanks.
Very inspired, all Tibi. The Substack that you just wrote.
Yes.
It was about the ad.
Yes.
So if you haven't seen it yet, we have an ad that's in Wall Street Journal, and it's called Meant to Be Worn. So
Yes.
can you talk to me about the Substack just quickly?
Yeah, so we have never really done a print ad like this before. So this was a big venture for us as a brand. And I wanted to kind of give some context as to what all went into creating an ad for the Wall Street Journal for a book, and how that works at a independent brand with a small creative team.
Okay. And so everything about this process was equal parts creative and equal parts pragmatic. When you wrote and you compared like to brands, can you talk about that? Like, where did we pull inspiration from? Like, just give me like the really quick notes on it.
So the Substack article kind of goes into greater depth about all of this, but basically Amy came to me a couple weeks or like a week and a half before the ad was gonna come out, or we needed to have the renderings done, and she said, "Hey, we need to kind of figure out what direction we want to go in creatively for this." Super vague, but I was like, okay. So I did some research on a bunch of kind of old books that had done ads in newspapers before, like by Toni Morrison and F. Scott Fitzgerald, but it wasn't really speaking to me, and it wasn't really speaking to us and what Tibi is, I think, as a brand. And I had immediately thought about these Porsche ads from the mid-1960s to the mid-1980s. Porsche is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, car companies, and they had an incredible approach to advertising in the mid-20th century, mid to late 20th century. And I thought that it was the perfect combination of creativity and also function and form. They, talked in detail about the cars in the small copy, but caught you with an incredibly catchy and sometimes like jarring, bold typeface phrase. And so we took that and then ran with it.
Cool. So that's a really quick snapshot. If you want to hear more, please check out our Substack. I do want to talk about what you're wearing because you wear Tibi often in your own way. So you're wearing the Techie Viscose bomber.
I just got this.
You just got this. Very proud. So when we say meant to be worn, Gabe really wears his clothing in a multitude of ways. You kind of cut them up, style them, but you also wear them kind of right off the rack.
Yeah.
And you're wearing that back to...
I'm wearing this with this is like the lightweight sweatshirt.
Yep. And so this is... It doesn't have the slits in the sleeves.
No, it doesn't.
Right.
This is the lighter weight.
Can I take this off
Yeah.
for a second? And what I love that you're wearing the double-waisted Carpenter also. And so I've seen Gabe wear these a lot, and he just wears them as something that's like a little bit more chill. It's not even really to accentuate the two waists.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like if I was wearing a super crop top, you could see this, but obviously I'm not. So yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, it just kind of accentuates the waist a bit, and they hang a little bit lower.
Yeah.
And then the back, I cut actually a little bit after my boots kind of teared up a little bit,
So meant to be worn full circle?
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you for that. And I just want to pop this on because you're here. I've seen you wear this too, so you've layered this.
I didn't get this.
Oh, I thought you wore the tan.
No, I wish.
Okay. So clearly, get it before not. But the same way that Gabe's wearing the Techie, so he's wearing this one today. It's quite warm here, but this is another way that he'd wear it. And I've seen him, I thought I saw him wear it, but clearly not. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, so today, guys, thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate
Am I
you.
leaving with this?
Yeah, you can leave with us. Bring it back, give it to our people. So today we're talking about connecting creative concepts to your personal style. When Gabe came on, he actually explained to us how he connected who Tibi is, who Amy is, who our clients are. Oh, hey, Emma.
Hi.
And we're going to do that today. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. I feel like I've seen you, like seeing you on style class is like next level because
It's different.
well, it does hit different. It's very meta
Yeah.
because I see you on style class at St. Simon's.
Yeah.
I've seen you, and now we're doing it together.
Flagship.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you haven't met Emma, Emma's from Maine,
Yeah.
and you're living in New York now.
I am. Yeah, I spent like a year and a half-ish at St. Simon's,
Mhm.
and I've been in New York for like 6 months. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right, so let's get into it. Today, I wanted to talk about adjectives, and I thought we could go into modifiers too.
Uh-huh.
We were having a conversation before now, and Emma told me, what was your, in high school they said you were what?
My superlative was most hipster,
So,
which
first
yeah,
off,
I see you guys laughing back there. I know.
but saying you're most hipster in the most hipster place in America, you're from Maine. Like, how do you
Portland,
out,
Maine.
hipster the hipsters?
I guess just a lot of vintage stuff,
Okay.
and yeah, in high school when that was not cool yet to be wearing, you know, thrifted clothes and all that. But I think a lot of it was just, yeah, like I gravitated and still do like towards things that were always like a little bit retro, a little bit like vintage inspired, and I think that's kind of where the hipster part of it all comes out.
Right.
Yeah.
So she said that her modifier was retro, and I was like, is it really like what are the grounding things? Some people say that their modifier is nostalgia. I have some nostalgia for like my grandmother. I want to wear things that remind me of her. I don't know that that's my modifier. People want me to pin it down, and sometimes you don't know, right? It's like a process, and our
It's
style is
changing.
right. It's always evolving, but we're the same person.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about fundamentals from spring.
Yeah.
Also some pieces from fall. You're wearing the same. This is the same sweatshirting that Gabe had on.
Yes, in the short sleeve version, and it has like almost a little cap sleeve to it. I
Can
love
you show
these.
them?
Yeah, so we did this in the summer, and then everyone loved it. We brought it back for fundamentals. It comes in what, black, white, and dark stone.
Yeah.
I live in these things, and especially back to trousers. Like, it doesn't read super sweatshirting, but it is for me. You know, I like a little sporty. That's up there with my adjectives too.
Yeah.
And so that kind of helps. But yeah, this is the same lightweight sweatshirting.
And when you're wearing it back to, oh my goodness, you're wearing it back to the artichoke.
Yeah.
And so I think this is a great place for us to talk about the color wheel because something, guys, this is our prototype, so don't mind me. And also we've been taking things apart to just like build them up more, to play with them. But you're wearing this back to white, and so this is ring, oh, little chaos. This is ring 2 back to ring 3.
Yep.
And so while it's closed, it's like a higher contrast. And so it makes the artichoke feel more refreshing
Yeah,
versus if you were wearing this with like gray. Even though this is still ring 2, there's something like that's kind of luxe about it.
Yeah.
I wonder what would happen if you like tied that around your person. And so, what size are you taking in the artichoke pant?
So I have on the size 6 regular
Mhm.
in the walker. I'm 5'5", length between 4 and a 6 because this sits a little bit higher.
Mhm.
I like the 6 to give more ease through the hip.
Mhm. So you're Amy's height, and you
Yes.
wear like one size bigger than Amy on
Just
the bottom,
about, yeah.
right?
On
Okay.
the top, I think we're similar.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how are ways that you find inspiration to like pull your modifier in, but also remain yourself? You said that your style has changed from Maine to St. Simon's to
Yeah,
here,
definitely.
and I wonder if what's the golden thread?
Ooh.
And some of these questions are things that we have to ask ourselves, right?
Yeah,
So like maybe you don't have an answer, but this is something when you're getting dressed,
Yeah.
you ask yourself, you're like, okay, what's the thing that always carries through no matter where I live? Is it that I'm sporty? Is it that it has to be functional? You know, this is
Yeah.
a conversation with self.
Definitely. I mean, these are questions I ask my clients when they come into the store, and it is always funny because it's so much easier to ask them of other people than to answer for yourself, right?
Right.
But I think a lot of time, I mean, honestly, you might be onto something with the pragmatic nature of it. I always say I lean a little bit more pragmatic than creative on the CP scale, and so I think that's a pretty solid through line. I notice it a lot with like my shoe choices. Like a defining kind of thing about me is like I'm always gonna pick a flat.
Yeah,
over
you're like,
a heel.
we both have
yeah.
them like similar, but she's like, no, absolutely
like,
not.
no,
So I'm wearing the
we're gonna
mat, and she's wearing the Rudolph.
Yeah, yeah. So I think the pragmatic aspect
Yeah.
definitely is a through line. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good food for thought.
So this is great because
Yeah.
we need to figure out how to make intentional wardrobe choices, but like as our style evolves, we have to be super intentional.
Totally.
And so my style has changed over the years. I looked at pictures of myself, and I feel like I've been I'm not gonna say I was a Brody, but like I've had some wilder, more creative
Yeah.
styles, and I think I've like calmed myself as my life has kind of calmed down. I'm not
Okay.
going out as much. I
Yeah.
want you. I'm like I want to live vicariously through you. Get out in the streets.
Go out.
I know, be outside for me.
Yeah.
But there's something that's still like I want to feel fresh and youthful and playful. So I really like rethinking what stripes do. You know, I avoid them sometimes. I'm like, oh, it's so like marine and nautical, but this is a fresh way for me to kind of show up and feel like, okay, this is light and airy. I'm wearing this. If this is in the winter and I'm going somewhere and I want to feel feminine, because I do lean a little bit more feminine,
Yeah.
but I'm not like a super girly dress girl. You think?
Yeah. No.
Okay. So I'm wearing this back too. This is the sheared panel skirt, and I've worn this a million times in white. You know, I'm digging for my pocket because one of the true gems of this, I probably have it turned around, is that it has a pocket hidden in the ruching.
Sheer detail, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, it's ingenious, but also it's so comfortable. So this is a very feminine way for me to wear a skirt. Lightweight, easy. I feel like this is actually ring 4. Should we debate?
So.
Yeah, I feel like this is a more of a ring 4, so it's like a pastel. And I'm wearing it back to navy, so it feels fresh. But if I were to maybe throw on this sweater,
It might feel.
no. I should put this on. This is actually my sweater. So this is a way, but if I were, I would wear this now.
I like that.
I like this a lot. Can you pop on? I would love to see what the suiting jacket looks like
Yeah.
on you with this. The jacket that goes with the artichoke.
Oh, yes.
Because for clients that have that, and that actually came from Resort, the suiting pieces look really nice together, but what I love is that you can break them up. So I'm wearing the striped top in extra large, and now I'm wearing the sweater also in extra large. Okay, so is this how you would wear this?
I would definitely wear this, like to work or to dinner. I think this is more elevated and like more refined than like my chill off day outfits, but I would definitely wear this.
But can you show the back? So, but the back of this,
So the back is.
would you tuck your? So it's shorter, right? So
Yeah,
this is a
so
place
I
where you
would-
have to be intentional about it.
Exactly. So that's when I would tuck in the back of the sweatshirt to really like show off this bomber detail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything about you right now still has a retro feel. There's something about the cropped.
This shape reads really retro to me, and I've always kind of been drawn to it. Like when we did the key in, and then especially in this artichoke color, I think.
This is a throwback color.
Definitely.
Yeah, I feel like it's not. It's kind of 80s-ish, but like, well, 80s was strong. I feel like my dad had some suits that were this color, maybe 70s-ish.
Something like 70s,
Yeah, I
like
think this is
muted,
it.
kind
Yeah.
of earthy.
Okay.
But I will say, speaking of suiting back to the
show me.
pants,
So this is just to layer. I get a lot of feedback from clients that say like, you guys kind of lean a little bit more on East Coast when you're dressed, but like, what do we do for people? It's summer in Australia right now. We have clients that are in Singapore. We have clients on the West Coast. So paring back, like taking this and stripping it down to its core and saying, maybe I'll wear this with a sandal, or maybe I'll take this off and wear it with a tee. And you can show us how to do that too. I'm going to change this just to show like the warm weather.
definitely.
Okay, cool.
And I'll actually talk a little bit about that too, because, like I said, spent some time in St. Simon's, which was a lot warmer than what I'm used to. And so I definitely had to learn how to like layer without like extra layers, and like getting like warm. And so when we came out with the Liam vest, that was like a no-brainer for me. So this is the new Dominic pinstripe one that I'm really loving. And so throwing this over, like, I think this over like out to get drinks with friends, like the less matchy suiting feels a little bit more me, a little bit more chill.
That's so fresh.
Yeah, it feels really fresh and like.
And talking about
yeah, because we're
Dominic.
matching.
Yes.
But I really love the combo of the vest with this little sleeveless sweatshirt.
How do you balance having big? Because
Big,
like for
yeah.
some, the lamb is one of our engineered oversized
Exactly.
pieces. So what do you say about that?
So I'm definitely wearing a lot of big right now. I think now having the sleeveless and having some skin here really helps to balance that. Same with the Rudolph, something pointed with some skin to kind of balance like a lot of the volume happening. But I do think that the hair is a big part of it too.
Oh yeah.
So I just got a fresh little chop, so this is really helping to serve my point. But I have a bob, so this is kind of easier. It's not feeling so heavy up top. If I had longer hair like Sloan, she has it pulled back, which I
Having
think.
the worst hair day of my life.
But yeah, but that's where like if I'm wearing this and I had longer hair, I'd maybe put it slicked back or something to get that slim element
Right.
there as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, these vests are so good for all the weather. Yeah. And so let's,
Okay.
what are we wearing?
So I have on this is the Superfine turtleneck. This is in navy, and it comes in 2 other shades of gray, a darker and then a lighter heather gray. These are the slouchy Carpenter jeans.
Those look great.
These, yes, I love these. And then I'm wearing them with the Boris boot in our load-in color, and I love like having that crop with the pointed toe. I find that most times that I'm wearing denim, especially to work, I crave like kind of a more structured pointed toe just to kind of like elevate it just that little bit. And then I am wearing the Dominic Pinstripe blazer with the detached lapel.
Can you show all the ways? Because this is really cool that you can have this like deconstructed kind of crossover. Some people have done this before. You could have it on your shoulders and really hold it on. You said you wear blazers out when you're going out on the weekend.
Yes, I live in blazers. I was just saying to Katura, like I'm 23, I'm going out and I'm wearing a blazer to bars and to clubs and whatever else I do.
Yeah.
So this you can see up close, but there's 2 different lengths for the button.
So there's 2 buttonholes.
Yes, I have a longer torso, so it works for me to do the longer one. And see, I just love that. Like, it's just a kind of interesting focal point, an element that just takes a traditional blazer like up a notch.
Yeah.
Especially being, I would say, like being younger and like fresh in my career. I love having these pieces that are super versatile and show like, you know, this works for me at work, this works for me outside of work, and I have a lot of options. Like this tiny little detachment gives so many options, I think.
It's also a conversation point, right? It's such a cool blazer. As someone that wears a lot of blazers, you said you and your friends wear blazers.
Yes.
It's likely that you don't have a blazer that looks like this and feels like this with the chill of it. And you wear blazers to work.
I wear a blazer to work nearly every day. I wear blazers outside of work to every day. Like, I love my blazers.
Right. So I asked you earlier, like, about what your style through lines are and, like, how do you dress now versus how you dressed back in the day, right? And what do you feel like has been the through line for you, or how has your style changed?
So I think my style has evolved a bit just because of my like lifestyle change. I'm from Texas. I grew up in San Antonio, and then I went to college at the University of Texas in Austin. So I had internships throughout college, but nothing, it wasn't like formal workwear. I then moved to New York and basically had to reevaluate my entire wardrobe.
Did you have to, or did you feel like what made
It
you
was
feel that way?
almost, yes, you know what, it's a twofold. First and foremost, because I didn't own a single jacket or warm coat or
Fair.
anything. I mean, the coldest it gets in Texas for winter is 40 degrees. And, I didn't have any outerwear, so that was the big kind of missing staple in my life. And then also transitioning out of school, out of being a college student, to having a big girl job, as I call it, my office job. Like, I just needed a little bit more of workwear.
Yep.
Also, we discussed this earlier. My shopping budget's not unlimited.
Yep.
So for my pieces, when I'm investing, it's super important to me, and I've talked about this before with Amy too.
Yep.
It's important to me that my pieces can translate from it's the play, dinner, work. Like, I need these that I can go, like pieces I can go out with my friends. I need things that I can run around, run errands in, and then also show up to work looking sharp and feeling like that kind of put together.
So the overlap is that there are people that are farther along in their career too that might have, like, not saying we're all in limited budgets, but we want to be mindful and intentional
Right,
about our purchase
absolutely.
points, right? Because it's like, it's a waste of space to have a
Yes.
closet full of clothes that you're not really wearing, and to have this like super bifurcated life. Like, we were talking about having work clothes and then having weekend clothes, and you're like 80% of your time is spent at work.
Right.
I mean, we're not overworking her. It's no like,
No, I'm
don't sue
I'm
Amy.
This is
But it's a switch, right? From like
Yeah,
hanging out or doing
absolutely.
whatever. And so I love that you can wear this on the weekend. I'm curious to see, I just want to show this one thing. So the ring on this guy can pop off. I love that these are detachable now. You can kind of just slide the loop back after you take the ring off. But let's take the blazer off and just show what this looks like for you in a more casual setting. And also, crop jeans are not just for like summer. So wearing this back to a tall boot, the boots are slim enough that you can fit that under the pant leg. Can you show me the Clyde jacket for her? Because I think that's a really refined way for you to like not do a puffer, but like do a non-puffer puffer
Right. And
and still feel like yourself.
Yeah, a puffer to me, I think just because I wore them so often in college, like it feels like I'm not gonna go like it's not juvenile, I would say to me, but it's
I feel that way
reminiscent
sometimes.
on like a young a younger, less professional Sloan.
But like when I came to New York, everybody was wearing like these like ankle length like moose or whatever, like Canada Goose.
Yes.
And you feel like you have to get that to protect you from the wind, but it doesn't really give style in the way that I wanted it to. And so I really enjoy how the Clyde looks like a very interesting, soft. It's like, wait, is that a shirt? Is it a jacket? Oh my God, it's a puffer. And so this is something you're actually wearing in size small. Can you show the back? So this is a super refined way for you if you're walking your dog on the weekend, if you're going to a more casual work environment. It's very refined to wear the black one. I actually leaned to the white originally, and I was like, actually, I don't have anything that's a puffer that's black that has this proportion. That's really cool.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm a chronic spiller, so white would not work for me. But this is, if y'all have seen like Amy's TikToks where she talks about like getting dressed for Pilates and tying her blazer around, like this is where that would come into my life. I'm wearing this to work. I'm wearing it to go. I'm wearing it over leggings and a t-shirt to go work out. Like this is the piece that lasts forever, I think.
Can you button that for me? I just want to show that like it's a functional like button this at the collar. So this actually buttons up like a turtleneck.
Oh, this, yeah.
So imagine this, you're walking in a wind tunnel, the wind tunnel that is New York.
Right.
And it's like hitting you at all angles. And the one thing that's usually not covered is your neck. And like as a mom, I'm also like, cover your neck because I'm like a grandma mom. But having this, being able to cover your neck and then have this fully function and stay up is game changer.
Yes.
Cool.
And this I just think reads very chic. I love a turtleneck.
And I see you. I see like all your, I love everything about this.
Yes, thank you. Me as well.
Very good. Cool. So I don't know why I do this to myself, but I love showing you two options for a shoe, right? So I get on, I walk around with one shoe, like at home. I was like, this is total mom vibes. I'm like, where's my other
I
sock?
didn't even notice until you pointed it out.
'Cause
that
she's
you,
cute,
yeah,
right?
you're just rolling with it.
Yeah, I am. But I wanted to show like if I were traveling to Australia right now with some friends, this is actually a heavier t-shirt. So those are like, this is like the perfect tee. What is the weight of this? It feels like a lightweight t-shirt in a way, but it's a lot.
like a light sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, got you.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
But I would wear this totally with the Seth in black or wearing it with the alley that now will come in black also. So this is an easy way to transition this and then maybe wear the skirt with the tank.
Yeah, easy.
Cool.
Tie that around you.
Very Emma, very you.
Very me.
I'm gonna pop this off just to show the
Yeah,
other jacket.
definitely.
Tell them why, like, what about this style resonates true for you?
Ooh. Yeah. I mean, I definitely gravitate towards suiting. So again, with the Dominic pencil skirt here, or the maxi trouser skirt. But again, a full suit doesn't really feel like super me. So putting it back to something a little bit chiller and sportier, like the active knit track jacket. This is the white one with stripes from Resort that I'm really loving. It just feels like it dials it down a little. And I have the tear, kind of actually continuing with that like sporty through line, which I guess maybe is one of my through lines. We have like the baby terry tee. I have this on in a size small. It is quite shrunken, like it fits like our other baby tees. So I do have some people who size up here, but I stay with my true size. And then this guy's actually the medium, which I've had some questions on sizing here, and I do just want to point out I'm a little bit hippier, and so sometimes with our cocoon jackets I will size up so that I can get a full zip. So if that's also you as far as sizing goes, just something to note. But yeah, and then I've just got the Pete sneaker boot on in port wine. Again, another ring, like 2 colors, so keeping it very tonal and neutral, but a little bit unexpected. Yeah, so that's kind of why I chose these guys. But I could swap this track
What would you
jacket.
swap with?
Ooh, well, I found her blazer, and I was like, well, if we wanted to test out a full suit, like this would be, actually, I do really like this, but this would be like, you know, weekend to work for me.
But
I would do both, but.
This hair is like giving. Oh, look at us. We're like,
Hey, we're matching.
oh, we're matching. Like same,
But
same,
yeah.
but different.
So,
Okay.
lots of good options. Oh, and here, just for reference, I am wearing a size 4. I would size up to a 6 here.
Okay.
Just if we, but yeah.
And so, I mean, because we talked about it, not because I'm calling you out, but like,
Uh-huh.
you have a little bit of, you're more muscular, right?
Yes.
And so, being muscular, you have like a more muscular leg,
Yeah, for
pretty
the legs,
athletic.
for sure.
a little fuller back here.
Yeah.
So for those that are like, I'm small in my waist, but I have
Yeah.
a little bit in
Mhm.
my suitcase. Do you like that?
Yeah.
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 So,
My suitcase.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
size to your widest or your largest
Exactly.
measurement.
Yeah.
I'm also curious because you had it on earlier with the white track jacket.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what
How
wintertime.
that changes it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I like seeing this dry loop terry under
Mhm.
that blazer. It looked less serious, right? A
Yeah,
pinstripe can
exactly.
look very like, oh my God, you are
So
working on Wall
classic.
Street. It's very classic.
Yeah.
So kind of flipping it on its head and not being as serious is really nice.
Yeah.
So this is my preference, but I really love this hair, Emma.
Thank you.
It makes such a big
and it
difference.
really is working back to a lot of bigger things,
Mhm.
because I do love like a very full outfit,
Mm-hmm.
and so I think it's really helping kind of like balance.
Yeah, I was looking
lot
for a
of this.
sweater. If you had like that gray sweater, you could still tie that around.
Yeah.
Sloan, can you bring that gray sweater out? Yep. So today is 40, but like I think this is a good
Yeah.
day for this jacket, but also in the spring
Actually, I
months.
wore this jacket over here. It's kind of the perfect day. For
It's the
this.
perfect
so,
day.
like these warmer winter days, transitional seasons. Yeah.
Can I tell you, I've been wearing my crispy nylon with my sweaters under a sweater because it's so light,
Mhm.
and it just because it's nylon, it holds like the heat in. So I was able to wear like things that are just layering with intention.
I'm like wanting to wear my crispy nylon now, so it really is like
Yeah.
a good like layering piece.
Yeah, I'm wearing it right now with the Winslows, but I wear it every day. So I totally love this as a little scarf that you're doing, and it's easy peasy, done, ready to go. Very cool.
Awesome.
Love. Oh wait,
Hmm.
what are those?
What the shoes?
Yeah, so you're wearing the Andre.
I am.
Okay.
Yes.
And so this length is really good for the Andre.
Yeah, so again, back
Where's
to, a little more athletic legs. Sometimes our taller boots don't always want to be my friend. So
Mhm.
having the short version here is really perfect back to like longer dresses, skirts, trousers. And again,
Do you know your
flat.
calf measurement?
It's, I think, 17 inches or 16 and a half.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So mine is 15 and a half.
Okay.
And I'm here, but it's like snug.
Snug. Yeah.
Okay, so that's good to know for people.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I'll test them so you don't have to. I'll test drive them.
Thank you. We love to see it.
Of course.
All right, so I popped on the crispy nylon in the Winslow, and I'm really excited to have suiting that looks chill but also looks elevated. Everything about this look is like, it feels very bossy, right?
Mhm.
Bossy but relaxed. So I would wear this on the weekend with something else, and then I threw it on with the heel just because we have market, and market for us is like our client facing meetings. You want to look like your best self. For others, it might be some other type of client meetings. Hey,
Hey.
so tell me about this.
Okay, so I'm back in the Dominic Pinstripe
Yeah.
Liam blazer, and then I have put on the matching Stella
That's a
trousers.
Stella?
Yep. Love the Stellas.
You wear Stellas to work
I wear
almost every day.
I really like, even just having this conversation. I don't think I recognized how much I love suiting,
Mhm.
but I love suiting.
But you don't look uptight in it. I like when
Yeah.
you wear it as intended, and so it's very slouchy, very relaxed.
Yes, I love all my suiting pants. I would go down a size or go up a size. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, so that they're sitting lower and a little slouchier.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to look like I'm
That's
doing taxes.
Can you?
Like I
Stop.
want to look, chill, and because I'm not doing taxes, I'm not there.
I mean, but you could. maybe
I
not.
probably shouldn't do anyone's taxes.
Wait, you told me your out of work personality is different from your work personality, which I
Yes.
think most of us are like we're trying to walk the straight line.
Yes.
But there's an overlap because you're
There's-
pretty funny.
There's definitely Thank you. There's definitely overlap. Regardless, nobody should have me do their taxes. So I'm wearing the Stellas with the Seth sneaker,
Mhm.
and I love these because they're a bit more worn in,
Mhm.
and I think that just kind of that chills and kind of brings it back down to earth with this full suiting look.
Yeah.
That just I love the scuffs on the Seths. I just think it gives it like a little bit more personality.
Which goes back to the ad for meant to be worn. Like our clothing is
Exactly.
meant to be worn. And I know when Amy said like, just let your things drag. My Winslows that I have, I dragged them by mistake and they were like a little ripped. And I was like, oh, we earned these rips,
My
We
Stella
earned-
jeans ripped.
Right, but not ripped in a way that's not useful. It's
No.
like a little scuffy, but it's
Yeah.
like, I'm getting the most wear out of these. I just want to pull this up really quick. You have on the sheer top.
Yes,
So there's a
the sheer
place and
gauze.
time for sheer, right? If you were wearing this in a setting where you're like, oh my God, I could never wear a sheer top to work, this little whisper, as Grace calls it, is a great way to get a pop of color, also a pop of skin when you're completely covered.
Mhm.
I just want to show what, I'm laughing at myself, what accountant's loan would look like. Can you pull this up? So for those that are like trying to change, you want to size down, So this is a 20, I'm sorry, this is a 4. So if you went up to a 2, it would be here. If you went up to a 0.
The 0 is not happening.
Right, but so that 0 is like, she's a boss. She's a work lady,
Right.
but she's still a boss and relaxed. Yeah.
Yes.
This is a different pant, completely.
Yeah, the 4 is I think where I would prefer it to sit.
Yeah.
And then this is the sheer gauze t-shirt, and then I have layered underneath is just one of our slip camis, and this is this is newer for our spring fundamentals. We've always had slip camis in the past, or at least the last couple seasons had slip camis and fundamentals, but this is more of a square neck, which I like.
It's straight across, so it doesn't have that little dip in the front.
Yeah, which I think just kind of gives like a little bit of a like structured.
It's a point of view.
Yes.
It really creates like your décolleté. It creates it takes your eye to a different place.
Yeah.
So I'd love to see you pop that off and show me what this on the weekend looks like for you, because you're getting the most wear out of your clothing. Now wearing this, I feel very like lady in this heel, because I know there's a time and place for it, but I likely would also wear a sneaker or wear a different shoe. So I'm gonna pop on the Pete or Andre. Thank you. Oh, wow. Very loud.
Okay, so this is more of like, this would be more my weekend look.
Yep.
And I would wear this. Like, this feels like me. So this is just the Seths with Stellas and a little tank. This is not something I would wear to the workplace without something layered underneath, on top of jacket, something. But I think that this would be a great look, like when it's in the warmer months. You know, you can put that little sheer top over it, have the blazer, and great for work. You look sharp, professional.
And that alley.
And then by, you're done with your day and you just peel off and I'm ready to go. I would maybe even, if I was going out, like going with getting drinks with friends, I'd probably change out of a sneaker.
Yeah.
But
so you could also, when the springtime months come, wearing that alley just to get skin. I mean, you have skin here, but it'd be nice because you're wearing a full pant. I am obsessed with how this port wine looks back to this navy. It looks very luxe, very rich, and very unexpected. It'd be easy for you to wear a white shirt, a gray shirt, you know, but it's still like interesting.
Yeah.
And it's an ish color. It looks like, okay, is this a ring 3 or is it a ring 2?
Yeah, it's like kind of rusty, kind of red.
It has like reddish, like orangey undertones.
Yeah.
Picks up different colors and different lights.
Yeah.
And you're wearing that in a size 4.
Yes, this is, or is it a small?
Sorry, yep, this is a 4.
4.
And if you were wearing this with a bra, you would do a little bandeau or?
Yes. I would do maybe like a bandeau, a little strap, like teeny strappy guy, but
a cute little
something.
Cool. Okay. I want to see that striped shirt around your waist to show dimension. So now I've taken myself to a more relaxed weekend place. Oh, hey, Emma.
Hi.
So now, if I were wearing this, this feels good, right? It's like I'm still getting the balloon of the Winslow. I'm like stuck in my pant. Love.
Yeah.
Obsessed.
So good.
Okay. And then I'm wearing the dark stone also.
This one.
Yeah, I really love the dark stone.
Me too.
So what I love about it, I haven't even talked about like my style through lines, but
Yeah.
because I'm like talking in like rapid fire, and I'm excited to have friends over. It's like when you're young and you're like, oh my god,
I'm gonna show you all my
I know, let me
things.
show you all my things. I love you being here.
I love it.
Dressing with intention. I want to look fresh, right? Like Sloan was saying, she wanted to look almost reliable when she walks into a space. She said
That's a good
professional.
word.
Well, she. What is the other word you use, Sloan? Capable.
Sharp.
She said she wanted to look sharp and capable, and I just merged those into reliable because I feel like I look at it, I know I can depend if you are pulled together in a certain way, and so I want to feel the same way, but I also want to feel like I'm not uptight. Like I want to feel approachable and like I don't know, I keep using the word youthful, and I'm like, am I like fearful of getting older? But I think that's true because we're all like worried about our
I think
mortality.
that's like an energy thing, and so
Yeah.
that is really like
Youthful is energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this feels like that for me without, I'm not gonna wear some like baby tee with like, you know, my old school juicy couture days.
Like
Like,
a rhinestone.
yeah, this is, I know, put a rhinestone BB shirt, but this is easy and relaxed.
Yeah.
And I'm wearing it in size extra large. I would wear it out, but this is more, I like the muscle tee of this because it's for me to get skin,
Yeah.
but I do a little,
It's a great silhouette.
it's really good. Okay.
Yeah.
So wait, this is the same jacket from earlier?
Same jacket from earlier.
Yep.
Kind of copying Sloane's vibe here with the fine gauge turtleneck and slouchy cropped Carpenter. Yeah, and this again feels very me, very transitional. Like I could wear this to work, straight out to run errands. And I've got on, actually these guys are I'm between a 27 and 28 usually in denim, but these are 29. I did belt them just so that they sit like a little higher. But I actually found that I prefer to size up here. Again, if you've got like more athletic legs and you are not getting like the slouch when you take your true size, I think this is a jean where you can go up
Absolutely.
to like really get that slouchy look.
Yes.
I mean,
It's in the
you know,
name. It's in the
yeah,
name. We want the
and that's what we
slouch.
want, right?
Yeah.
So 29 here for like that good slouch. I'm wearing a small and then a small in this. And
Can you see how the back looks? Because I think these pockets are like the pockets that we had on the. I'm sorry, I literally rubbed my hand down to get into your pocket. I was like, here it is. And I bring koozies, and we also have on the slouchy Carpenter. So this is the crop. It's really yummy. It's like, oh my god, it's good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's good.
So if you have a little fuller of a bum, you should take the side. You should measure if you have measuring tape. Yeah,
there.
and take it around here, and then
like the fullest part.
yep,
Yeah.
very good,
Yeah.
very inspired. Want to create.
So I'm back to what I was wearing, and just tied a little one of the striped tees around my waist, which I like too because I do think it kind of like breaks it up and gives it another.
It breaks the eye up, right?
Yes, and gives it another point of interest. I also think people maybe wouldn't think to pair the stripe with the pinstripe, but to me, pinstripe like almost reads as just a complete neutral basic, like a solid.
It's almost like a no print. It's like
Yeah.
I barely see it. It's very light, right? It's not a shot.
It's like it's a
so
small
fresh.
detail, and then the stripe just kind of brightens it all up, and makes it super fresh. This is something you can tie around your neck walking to work so that you're not cold in the chest, but and you can throw it on over your shoulders. Like we love this sweatshirt.
I would love to see you in the Reese pant, just to show a comparison of like what the Stella looks like on the body and what the Reese looks like. So I popped on the Winslow. I think it's really nice to see this sculpted silhouette that we have in now denim and also in active knit, and then we have it in now crispy nylon, and I'm wearing it in the summer sweatsuiting. And so this, if you see it, it's like as if that's gonna really, me shaking my change in my pocket really gets you. But it's very lightweight and it drapes and collapses on itself. So from here you can see that there's like a slight, I'm standing on purpose to show you this, like, I hate the word barreled because I feel like our pants are sculpted. But the shape of it.
Yeah.
But it just looks like a kind of fuller pant, and it gets full at the bottom versus the fullness that comes here that looks like you're riding on a horse. And so pairing this back again to my crispy nylon, I'm very excited about this. I know you guys have been too. They DM'd us like a million times already in the best way. And so size large, you see here, just like our other Liam, you have this side cinch, and I'll show you what I tell people to do if you are looking to like double cinch and you're like, oh my god, this is too far. It comes with a additional button, right? So when you pop your tags on your things, just pop that button out and throw it into your lingerie drawer. Throw it somewhere so you have it, so you're not writing me or us 20 years later looking for these buttons. I know, but so if I were to do this, I would pull it up to my kind of smallest part of my waist and then just straighten this out. And I do like wearing it with like nothing or like something lower on top, but now I feel, and I'm a little bit matchy right now. So I looked at it and I was like, wait, this is too.
You'd probably swap the shoe if you were.
I would totally swap the shoe. So I'm now gonna go from weekend to weekday. Oh hey. So this is another version I would love to see.
So I swapped the Seth out. For back to the Boris in Loden. And again, it's like that cropped pant where I crave kind of more of like a sculptural shoe. And
it's cropped, but on you who is tall, it's not even.
It's really not that cropped.
It's more sculptured.
Yeah, I'm 5'9", for reference, and these are a 4.
This is a 4, and you can take a 2 because you're smaller at your waist, but fuller at your hip.
Yes, this is like my smallest part.
Can we take this off just to show them the flatness of like. So I feel like there's some people that are Stella people, and some people are Reese people, and some people are both. And so for a person that's like, I am anti-pleat, I want something that's a little bit slimmer. This is the pant for you because it's flat front, still a tailored waistband, still a point of view, and then these seams that come here. I am not running my hand. I'm like, these seams are so cool, but they come slightly forward, right? So it's definitely a special, like, but I don't know, it's just worth it. That's why it's in fundamentals.
Yes, and even for like a slimmer trouser, I'd still feel very chill, very relaxed. But I am, just craving like a little bit more of a point with these. And then back still with the. Liam
So-
blazer that I can't take off.
To Amy's point, if you look at her wearing the Reese on the website, because we have style class shorts, this is a pant that can easily cuff. And I mean, if you were doing this with, I would like to show you that. This cuff stays up because it's sculpted. So wearing this in the summertime with the Seth and the tank top would be kind of equivalent to the look you just had on.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Cool.
Awesome.
So I am curious about some other pieces that we have that we should really tell them about, because we're rocking and rolling and getting through a lot. But where's the connective creativity? So what are the things that inspire us? Come on. Talk to
I'm
me.
back. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the things that inspire.
So for me, I feel that I am inspired by, there's a lot of ease going on. There's a lot of like, I like streetwear, but I can't be that girl anymore. I like obsessively like bought all these sneakers throughout the pandemic because I love them, and they were akin to my lifestyle as a teenager and a like 20-something. I'm inspired by it, but I can't rock with that right now because I look like this old lady running around with like a cap on. So I need something that feels sporty, and that's what this sweatsuit does for me. It's almost like an elevated, it's not like an elevated, what's it called? Adidas tracksuit, but it's like my version of that. And if I'm somebody that works in a corporate setting, I'm not changing who I am on the weekend completely. And then people see me be like,
What? This isn't.
I don't know why the name Debbie came to mind, because that's not my name. It's like, Debbie? Do you know Debbie? It's probably your.
No, I mean, I know a Debbie.
I know a Debbie too.
Hey Debbie, if you're watching.
So what would you wear these sweats, and if you wore it, how would your styling
Yes,
change?
definitely. So I think if I were to be wearing these sweats,
Sloan, can you grab the Seths in the suede tan and try those with that pant?
if I were to like dark stone copy paste onto myself, this isn't
Yeah,
too
style me.
far from like what I would do probably.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big sweatpant out of the house person. Like
Okay.
that is just one of my things that I like don't do often.
She's refined, guys.
Yeah, so if I were to do this, I think I would probably put on like a tropical wool or something that like really reads as suiting.
Okay, give me something.
Okay,
You have a
let me
link?
find- I'll be back. Yeah,
So
let
we're
me
gonna
find
show
out
you
again.
live styling with Emma, because I think, you know, this might resonate with me as a mom, as somebody that's like influenced by hip hop references or whatever. I would love to take the sock off.
I know. I just saw them. They're criminal.
No, but you can. I feel like this is the stuff that happens in real time in people's closets, right? We have to like be intentional and thoughtful and like see it and be like, okay, let me flip it a little bit. So I feel much better having on the Seth with this than I did seeing the like navy and the navy. But I want a way to make the most out of my clothing. Oh,
We like?
I don't know. Well, we being also you. I wonder what would happen if we had on gray. Like, yeah, you wanted to cover that.
Like, yeah, I feel like a little too much skin out.
Can you double cinch it?
Yes, I can. Can I?
Yeah.
I can.
Interesting.
Sorry, I can. I just didn't know what the button was.
Matt, what do you think?
Don't put me on the spot like this.
Matt was looking very intently. Matt's like our Gelman. I know.
Yeah, I think even just doing that, like a cross button, made me feel much more like myself.
But I think it was because my eye was popping to two places, and
Right.
it's like, it's kind of not rule 3, but like 109. I was looking at the color up here, and I was looking at the color on your shoe.
Yeah, and
I mean, the white might also work here, but I have them on.
Well, and I think that the Seth adds like a nice point where it's still this like kind of tan, warm, chilled color, but the texture of the suede, like I just think kind of adds an interesting element. And as someone who predominantly wears black, white, gray, navy, I like to get my kind of interesting elements from texture. So the suede works nicely here. I think like I live in my croc print Dean boots. Those are like, they're black, but they're a good texture too.
Yep.
So it always kind of adds like a.
So this is the leg that's unrolled, and then you're showing that this one is rolled. And so now you have like this super chill, if you had on the sweatshirt that goes with this or something, a sweater back there, very easy.
Yeah, and I think I would too even love to have like,
That turtleneck could be nice.
yeah, the fine rib super fine turtleneck, or even like the dry loop terry t-shirt I think could be nice, just to have like a little more
I agree.
coverage.
Cool. All right, so Emma's gonna stop me in real time. So Emma, if you were wearing the same outfit,
Yeah.
right? You said that you're not a sweatpant out of the house person. So this is lounge clothing for you.
It is.
Are you judging? I feel like you
No.
gave me a judgy eye.
It's The tops I find myself wearing a lot.
Okay.
But it's something about the bottoms. I like a more.
You like more structure on the bottom.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And
There's
so
something
if
about
I'm-
this that feels very, very, like, this feels too good to be true. I'm
No,
like,
dreamy.
it's really good,
I
but
think it's because I wouldn't get anything done if I wore those pants like to work. I would just be
I
like,
might get
"It's
more done."
signaling nap time. Well, there.
I'd be like, I feel like I'm at home. Let me kill it.
Alright.
But I think, you know, adding structure. You
Yeah,
wanna do
so
that.
adding some structure.
Okay.
So at first I was gonna pull tropical wool, but then I pulled this flannel one that I feel like everyone's sleeping on from Resort.
I really feel like this is a hitter.
This is small, so I don't
Can I
know.
put it?
if
I'm gonna put it on my
over the
shoulders.
shoulder.
So
Yeah.
I mean, I talked about. Woo,
Hey.
hey, okay. So this is good.
Yeah.
So-
And I think I like where this is going, like for myself too.
Mhm.
Is it, you know, the little, what are we calling this guy? Our
So
little
this is-
elephant
yeah.
motif.
I know. I'm like, this
our
is the
little
old
logo.
school. Yeah, this is the original Tibby elephant. It's kind of flipped on its head in a very
Giving
Tibby.
very like collegiate.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I like this back to the sweats.
Yep.
There's something, maybe a little like retro or collegiate or like sporty.
But it's
leaning.
unexpected too,
Exactly.
right? So I like
Yes.
that this is very relaxed, but you're not expecting me to wear this blazer that has an emblem on it,
Totally.
and also this. I know what it's called, but my mind is gone. Nope.
We're in the same boat.
Yep.
It's fine. It'll come to us.
Is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday. Okay, cool. So I'm inspired.
But
This is
yeah.
a really great look for me. I love this. I'm also gonna wear it with dark stone. We said dark stone is coming back in
Yeah.
tropical wool.
Yes.
So if you have dark
It's been a
stone
couple years.
in Merit, I would totally do Merit with this,
Yeah,
with like a white t-shirt and this blazer.
Yeah.
Just mixing up. This is mixing the rings, but not too much.
Yeah, because we're very.
You can
much
see I
in,
like it, 'cause I'm
ring
like-
2 and 3. You're like, oh, I'm leaning into this.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Totally. Okay.
Love this.
Cool. Cool.
That's what I wear.
I want to change one more thing. Can you
Yeah.
walk through Stone's look?
Yes, I would love to. Right.
Okay, I put some turtleneck on.
Same but different. from
Yes,
What we have
yes.
been doing.
I love it. I said this. I just love a turtleneck so much, and I especially
Yeah.
love these. I think I talked about it last style class, but the first one of season 6, Sarah Brody put a button down under it, which I thought was like the most genius thing ever, and I'm waiting for mine to come in so I can.
These are really good for layering.
Yeah, and you would think of it more as like a bottom layer, but it works as a kind of more frontmost layer. So I have this again with the Dominic pinstripe Reese pant, and then the sneaker. And this to me, this is more of a casual, like I'm running around. I wouldn't say maybe running errands, but I think that this look can be kind of broken down from what I would wear at work to make it more functional in my like everyday life. But this is like one of those pieces that I think is going to serve us 150
Yeah.
different ways.
Well, and that's the thing. I think all of these pieces you would and can wear to work, but you're also wearing them on the weekends, on your
Yeah.
off days, stuff like that. So
Yes. This is another, like, I'm putting this over a workout top and leggings and putting, you know, you're throwing the Clyde jacket on, or even, like, I think it would make sense to wear, like, a Liam sometimes, like, if you're not,
I mean,
you know,
honestly,
sweating, but.
to Pilates the other day, I put on a pair of active knit Winslows and
Yeah.
one of these guys over my like workout set, and it was perfect.
Yeah.
And then you can go do stuff
It's
after.
probably the coolest
I love
one
seeing
there.
you both in it. I feel like it's nice to see it, you know,
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
both shades. And so this comes in one more color. So this is the heather gray, and then
It's a
there's one
warm
that's
gray.
a light gray. So
Yeah.
there's two, and they really do have a place.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
no, it
Right?
reads differently.
Yeah.
Sounds crazy, trust us.
Right, but it's like
grays are
if we had white would be too stark. So it's
Yeah.
almost like a softer, like white, white.
Yeah.
I feel
I
like,
don't
yeah, it's like giving you the brightness without being that, like, stark, it kind of just integrates more, like, seamlessly, I would say.
Tell me about this belt.
Ooh, this is my favorite belt. This is the classic menswear belt. I'm wearing the small medium, which works on the hip, and then also if I'm wearing something a little bit higher. I have these in like every color. They're just kind of, they go with everything. And I actually think I am drawn to them because of how classic and menswear inspired they are. But yeah, I think it helps just pull this together too.
Yeah.
And like with the more cropped silhouette, kind of just like define.
And I do feel like with the belt holding up the pants, like the cropped pant, the like this kind of warmy green color, it is reading like that vintage inspired
Yeah.
kind of, yeah.
What I love about belts as a tool for us is that it really does give versatility to a look. So if this was something that was sitting lower in the waist, kind of like the Reese's for her, if you put those on, you can kind of paper bag them in a way and pull them up as high as you so choose.
Yeah.
Cool. I want to just show them how I'd like transition this white Winslow. And so people are afraid of white. And we talked about this earlier, like When I wear a white skirt, they're like, oh my God, like, I don't know if I could do that. I have a toddler, you're on the train, what are you gonna do with white? I feel like when I wear white, it's almost like daring, you know, it's more like, some people have like hero syndrome. When, if you notice when people wear white after a PR or something, they're like, I wanna be shown as like the angel. It's not that for me, it's more like, I am a risk taker in some ways and I'm not afraid. Like, give me that cup of, give me that cup of cranberry juice.
You're not afraid.
I'm not afraid.
I am.
My hands are shaking. Cheers, but seriously.
Yeah.
So pairing this back to, I have it on with the sweatshirt, and there's something that still feels a little bit chill for me because I'm wearing two fabrics that are kind of relaxed. I'm almost craving my tropical wool here because I really want the structure. But I think from a color standpoint, I really appreciate how this feels. Like this feels really fresh and feels really modern.
And I think again, going back to, you know, this is not a gray like this, but it's still in that, it feels light back to the white pant, but you're not doing full white with then something dark over it. So I think that's where this dark stone really comes into play as well.
Yeah, I'm curious. We should both try on the nylon skirt. I'm curious to see. Yeah, let's do it. I mean,
Okay.
Mom, the company's over, so.
All right,
All right, so after you try on yours, I will try on the white one, and I'll show how this look could change from being pants. We make skirts that are for pant people, but also wear the whites, be daring. And so I actually love myself in this, and I think the reason why I love it is because it's an ode to all the golden threads that I'm inspired by, that I see on the runway, I see on the train, I see, you know, on commercials, but I'm interpreting it in my own way. And this Oscar really has a place in your wardrobe because it's like my feet have disappeared in the best way. It's like, am I a floating person? I don't know.
And I think too with the stripe and the nylon, it's like a nice non-shoe.
Yeah, it's a non-shoe. Like, I don't even know. I mean, I could wear another shoe, but like with white, I don't even want to have a pop. Like if I had black on, I would wear a bare shoe. So in the summer, I'll likely wear this with the alley. But even wearing like the booty right now is too like, it's gonna draw my eye down. So super intentional. Another thing I wanted to talk about is how to get people to identify and articulate how you want to feel. So earlier I was talking to Sloan about what does she want people to think about her when she comes into a space. Yeah, I do. I want to talk about it because I like having these conversations because these are things that people are like thinking and wondering, and it's good to like work through it in real time.
And it's like, it's so easy to ask other people, but I've never thought about it for myself. So when we were chatting before the style class, and I'm racking my brain, and I'm like, I honestly don't know. Like, I think for what I want people to see me as, what we kind of touched on, is just like that kind of sharp, like put together, in and outside of the workplace, which that's probably my through line. Like,
You said workplace at first, and I was like, no, I want to know date. I want to know when you show up to the club, a game, like,
yeah,
or you
like,
in total.
My whole and I just kind of appreciate that like refined element in pieces, but still keeping it young and fresh and feeling like I'm young. It's like reminding you guys, and I want to, I want to feel like that.
But I want to feel like that too. No.
You are young.
Thanks, bro.
So yeah, I am gravitating toward the pieces that really, they feel refined without feeling stuffy.
And they're also refined, but they're investments because you're like, this is a limited budget. And for anybody else that's out here that's like either young, junior professional, or someone that's older and still limited budget, investments that you're gonna wear over and over in different ways in your wardrobe all the time.
And that's that like CPW, the cost per wear that we talk about so often. Like I'm gonna give my Liam blazer as an example. I have worn that thing near like at least once a week. I would say more like the 3 to 4 times a week since I got it, which was a full year ago. I love it. I reach for it almost daily. I have to restrict myself so that I'm not, so people think I wash my clothes.
But we talked about it also being like protective, right?
Yes,
some people
like
used to wear
it's like
jean jackets or like jackets like, oh, I want to hide, I want to have a second layer. I felt like having a third layer just adds this extra refinement.
Yeah, and that is my perfect example of cost per wear. Like that's an investment piece, and I have worn the life out of it, and I love it. Yeah.
All right, Emma's gonna come back. I'm gonna pop on this skirt, and then we'll probably really obsessed. And so I think this is a really important conversation to have, right?
Yeah.
It's like maybe you're thinking I'm not a skirt person, and this is definitely given lady.
This is more lady than I normally go.
Right, but like in the best
but
way.
I'm here for it. I'm into it. Yeah.
Because also it's not a sock hop, but it's definitely
Yeah.
like retro in feel.
Exactly, like the circle skirt vibe.
This could be a vintage jacket that you found.
Exactly.
thrifting.
That's why I was like, oh, I kind of like
Oh,
that. Yeah.
obsessed.
Like this.
All right, I'm gonna pop mine on.
Yeah, and I will give you guys a FYI. I think this maybe was pulled for Sloan, so it's a size 2. It fits because
Is it
I'm
2?
Yeah.
Oops.
I know, but
That's
I was
good
like,
to
oh,
know.
it works. But like, because I have a smaller waist, it does fit. But I would go up to a 4 for like my intended fit, so I'd have a little bit more ease. It'd probably sit a little bit lower. But yep, same turtleneck, which I think helps like chill this out. The Yam Bomber. This is an extra small. I would take a small. And yeah, and I just paired it with the Albert heel. Again, kind of like leaning into that more like lady aspect of the circle skirt, especially since I'm balancing it with something a little bit more like boyish, like the Bomber. If you guys haven't checked this out yet, I do just want to highlight like this is a perfect winter to spring transitional piece, especially back to these details. Right now I'm really loving the texture that we get with this like corduroy collar, but it comes off, so like going into spring, or if you just want something cleaner, you don't need to utilize that and just store it away till next year, but I love that detail.
Okay, so let's work
Ooh.
through this in real time.
Yeah.
Okay, so same girl, different outfit. We're both ladies about town. I also feel we're ladies who haven't had lunch. Thank you, Amy Smallvin. All right, so I popped this on and I was like, okay, what am I craving on this shoe? This feels like a different vibe than
Yeah.
the sweatpant did, but what I think it is that I'm wearing this very feminine skirt. That I'm wearing a size 14, which is my size. Love this. It sits right above my belly button. This is a tailored skirt, so that's what you can expect. So I'm curious about what this clear could do,
Oh, and we split that.
but then, let's see. So I like that a little bit more because it disappeared, but now I'm curious, like, there's never too much navy, people that ask that. Like, I really like, this navy is a matte navy and it's heavier and it feels like
Yeah.
wedding dress,
It's got
ball
some
gown,
structure.
event, like fabric. It has structure, it
Yeah.
has like some oomph. This is very light and has a little crunch to it and
Not
has,
all nylons are.
yeah, not all nylons are the same, but they have a good end use. So I'm still craving something more.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do this also in real time and then we'll be ready, set, rock and roll.
All right.
What, would you wear this with the flat boot that you had on earlier?
I would. I
I'll put this on.
actually, yeah. Like I might even go back to like the navy for something kind of tonal.
Now, would you wear that with a sock? Because then, would that be a
Yes.
sandwich?
Ooh,
Around that.
would it be a sandwich?
I'm just asking you, would it be?
I think maybe a little bit, just based on where the skirt. But I think I'd wear a sock, something sheer, and so like no matter what, it would feel dark and kind of like bridge that gap, kind of like fill that sandwich, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be a good solution for like the shorter boot if there is a little bit of a gap there.
Did you know this is the same footbed as the Seth?
I did know that, which is why I'm obsessed with those.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're like, what a cloud.
It really is like a sneaker feel and like walkability.
So what now I feel a little bit better about is that I feel that I'm matching my, like that lady vibe.
You're kind of balancing it.
Yeah, I'm just balancing it out. And so
Yeah.
I feel like this is the same person that was dressed in like the sweats
Yeah.
earlier. And I would wear this with the, yeah,
I like it.
I like this too. Okay guys, I feel like we got through a whole lot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my Clyde on too.
Oh yes.
I'm like,
Complete the outfit.
yeah, because I need a layer, because I need my protection. We got through a whole lot today. I really liked having you here. It's like Mr. Rogers. It's like,
It's been fun. It's been so fun.
yeah, it's been really fun. And I'm sure this will happen a lot more. Stay tuned for more on our Substack. We've been doing build outs about every,
Everyone's wearing and
yeah, it's like a guide for style class, so you can look there to see more. Also, please do check out our Pinterest. We have all the pins from our book. Emma, can you grab that book for us? So if you bought the book and you're wanting to like look at these sketches a little up close and have some like working tools or just,
so like
I don't know, I
these guys.
save them on my phone as like a,
They showed up on my Pinterest feed and I was like, oh perfect.
yeah.
Just in time to start pinning them to my board.
It's really
But-
good. So pick the
great.
ones you love that you want to recreate.
Yep.
If you have the book. If you don't have the book, get this as a working tool for it. Enjoy this 40-degree weather. If you're in Australia, enjoy the warm weather, and we'll see you
Next week. Well, sooner.
soon.